Hello there, everybody. Sabaranai2 aka Nightmare, and welcome back to the House and Fata Morgana, a requiem for innocence. I had to stop recording the last time because I was getting very sick. Let's just say I was getting sick for the very same reasons as to why it was very tough for me to start watching Tokyo Ghoul. But anyway. Let's just throw ourselves back into this story of tragedy and witness what I understand as the happiest parts of Morgana's life, I guess. The happiest time. I feel like my brain's been pickled in booze. My head's pounding. Throwing it all back up helped a bit, but tomorrow's going to be absolute hell. Yeah, you're going to be having like one of the worst freaking hangovers, dude. Hmm?
You were great as always, darling. So what do you say we continue this somewhere a little more private?
It's so sweet of you to offer, but I told you last time and the time before, I can't. It's against the rules.
Hey now, we both know the other girls are already having some extra fun on the side. If you ask me, I think we make good lovers. 'Cause we sure make good love. Ew.
Oh, for God's sake, you're just a disgusting little shit, aren't you? You know, to tell you the truth, I do kinda like you.
Oh, then you'll...
But you're missing one very important thing I require of all my lovers.
What is it? What am I missing?
Money. Once you got a treasury I can swim in, then we can talk. Till then, we keep it strictly business.
God, you really are a cold-hearted bitch.
You realize who you're talking to.
Fine, whatever. See you again.
And a wonderful evening to you too, sir. Fucking men, I swear. You act friendly for 10 minutes and they think you want to get hitched.
He seems like a very pleasant man.
Jacopo, oh God, don't tell me you saw that.
I did. Sorry.
It's no big deal. No skin off my back. Also, holy hell, how much did you drink? You smell like you brought the whole pub back with you.
It wasn't my decision. I wasn't planning on drinking at all.
Really now? Well, not that it matters. So, quick question for you, Jacopo. Wanna be lovers?
Excuse me?
Whoa, chill man, tone it down to like 10 notches, would you?
But where did that come from? Do you really? I never realized you felt that way about.
Like hell I do, dipshit.
Harsh words.
It's just, I'm tired of going through the same routine over and over and over again. It never stops, no matter how many I turn down. So I figure, if people think I've already got someone, it may lose me a few clients, but it'll also mean spending less time dealing with guys like him.
You're more than welcome to use my name if you think it'll help. Are you sure that's what you want, though?
What? What do you mean, am I sure?
I just mean, it could come back to bite you when you find someone you actually love.
Someone I actually love, huh? Yeah, can't see that happening. Ever.
You're still young. Who knows what the future may hold?
I've just got a gut feeling.
Oh?
Yeah, something deep down tells me love just ain't for me. I can't imagine myself ever feeling that way about anyone. And it's not something I want either. It doesn't interest me at all. I've never really wanted kids or a family. Hell, even the idea kinda grosses me out, honestly.
Well, actually, the idea just kinda scares me, really. Well, specifically the kids part.
I'm not sure why, or if there even is a reason. It's not like something happened to make me this way, or one day I decided, nope, ain't happening. All that shit just isn't for me, plain and simple. You know, sometimes a couple of the girls will come up to me and say, "You should find yourself a nice man, Maria." I know they mean well, but it's frustrating. I don't want to deal with it. I mean, I mostly tune that kind of talk out automatically now, but still. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. I just needed to get that off my chest. You think that makes me weird?
No, not at all.
I don't think love is inherently bad or anything. If that's what makes someone happy, more power to them.
I won't deny you're a unique woman. Pretty clothes and jewelry don't faze you. And you don't thrive on gossip and drama like many girls I know. But you've always been this way for as long as I've known you. You are who you are, and that's perfectly fine. Doesn't bother me in the slightest, and how interested you are in finding love isn't going to change how I treat you.
Thanks, Jacopo. You're a good guy and a good friend.
No problem. I'm glad you feel that way.
I like what we have. I like it a lot. You, me, friends, whatever's between our legs be damned. And I hope it can stay that way, even if everyone else wants to give us shit for it.
Of course it will. I have total confidence in our friendship, and that it can continue to grow over the years. Me being a man and you a woman has no bearing on any of that.
Man, I gotta say, you actually speaking your mind instead of putting on airs kinda gives me the creeps.
Well, if that's how you're going to be, see if I ever do it again. Anyway, I suppose your uniqueness is what allows you to believe so strongly in friendship. How should I put it?
Complete and utter inability to comprehend love?
To put it bluntly, yes.
Guess that's one benefit to me being a weirdo then. I get to have you as a friend.
So it is. Aw, this is sweet. Although, in that sense, I'm not much different than her. I've never had romantic feelings for anyone either.
So, hey.
Hmm?
I know I said this like a couple hours ago or whatever, but seriously, please try not to get in over your head, okay? I'm pretty damn content with the way things are. I mean, sure, I'm poor, and sure, I'm a whore, and living to old age is probably out of the question. But I think that's a pretty solid balance, all told. I've got me a good friend, I work with some great girls. Life ain't half bad. I enjoy it, with all its ups and downs. It's a hell of a lot better here than at the orphanage. What more could I possibly ask for? What we've got is good, isn't it?
I'd like to check in on the girl if that's not a problem. I managed to get my hands on some ointment.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, didn't mean to talk your ears off like that.
It's not a big deal, honestly. It's fine. Oh, and I also found the butterfly brooch she was asking about.
Oh, nice. She'll be happy to see that, I imagine.
Any change in her condition while I was out?
Nope. She's just been sleeping. Here, let me walk you to her room.
Thanks. I'm sorry, Maria. You may be content with the way things are, but I'm not. I want to go out into the world one day, prove myself. I'm tired of being sneered at and told I'm worthless, inferior. I just kind of noticed. I've somehow made myself accustomed to a douchebag voice and a whore voice. I'm not sure that's a good thing. She's sleeping so soundly, part of me wonders if she'll ever wake up.
Anyway, room's all yours. I've got to get back to work.
All right. Thanks. Take care of yourself out there.
Man, I've been at this for years. You don't have to worry about me.
I guess now's as good a time as any to apply the ointment. Hmm? Are you okay?
No, please don't. I'm begging you. Help.
Oh god, she's probably having a nightmare. Hey, what's... Suddenly the girl began writhing on the bed and clasping at her chest. Half panicked, I reached out for her. When I realized her eyes were wide open, they were pale gold and stared straight through me. No, that doesn't quite capture it. I felt as almost as though I had just been skewered with a spear. They looked horribly out of place on her disfigured face. The dark patches of flesh, in fact, seemed to accentuate her eyes. The contrast giving them a curious sort of magnetism. Unwavering resolve and fragility. Benevolence and seething madness. They were enchanting and also overwhelmingly inhuman. Perhaps their otherworldly beauty was, in some way, a result of her being in shambles physically and mentally. Like she was standing on the precipice, majestic wings spread wide as she prepared to embark on her journey back to heaven. Not on my watch, you're not. You put those damn wings away. Hold on, I'll go get some water. Hey! As I tried to step away from where she lay, the girl abruptly lurched forward and chomped down on my arm. Shit! Get off me! Calm down. I'm not your enemy. Her teeth clenched down on my arm, ripping into my flesh with a force I never imagined the girl capable of. I was afraid she might take a good chunk of it with her. That said, I could have easily knocked her away. She was an emaciated child, and myself a relatively healthy adult man. Hey! Which is precisely why I didn't. As the girl growled and gnawed at me like a rabid dog, I forced myself to make a smile and let her have at me. If that's what it takes to placate you, then my arm is all yours. Bite it, claw it, rip it off, whatever you want! A few years back, there was a stray cat not far from where I lived. It was always hissing and biting anyone that got near it. But after a while, when it realized we meant it no harm, it stopped all of that. It calmed down. Humans are the same way. We're just big animals. That said, this really does hurt like a son of a bitch. I mean, yeah, you have a human biting onto your arm, ripping your flesh. God! After some time, she finally released my arm, taking a deep breath and pulling away. Then, she seemed to roll her tongue around inside her mouth as if trying to clean it. And once she was done with that, she began surveying the room with her pale gold eyes. They weren't the feral, glimmering eyes of an animal anymore, but clear and lucid. Human. Looks like you're finally calmed down. Let go of me! What? Whoa! I'm not going to hurt!
Let go. Get your hands off of me, please.
Okay, no need to shout. I won't touch you without permission. I won't do anything to make you uncomfortable. Let's try this again. Have you calmed down? Though she still seemed to be disoriented, she gave me a nod. Okay. Good. Actual communication. Progress.
Where am I?
She doesn't seem to remember our escape from the Lord's Manor. Not that that surprises me. She spoke in a hushed half-whisper, her voice much more restrained than other girls her age. Her furrow had subdued, turning her soft-spoken and aloof. Considering everything she had been through, finding herself now in an unfamiliar room with a stranger, it was a natural response. But still it seemed unbefitting. This is, Well, would she even know what a brothel is? And if she did, would telling her that go over well? It's kind of like my home, I guess you could say.
I hear strange voices. Women. They sound like the moaning. And the floor is creaking.
Yeah. Sure is. Well, crap. I've gotten so used to it that I just tune it out all out automatically. But she's right. You can definitely hear voices through the walls. No talking my way out of that.
This is your home, you said? So you host terrible banquets as well?
What? Whoa. Don't jump to conclusions. I'm sorry, I lied. This isn't my home. I just wasn't sure I could explain it in a way you would understand. We're in a brothel. Do you know what that is? It's where, a bunch of women, called prostitutes, get together and sell sad men happiness.
I know what a prostitute is.
Oh, do you? I'm surprised. You're a little young for that.
They're unclean. They disobey my father's teachings.
What?
God says fornication is a sin. All who indulge in worldly pleasure defile themselves, and shall be cast down into hell. Why am I in a brothel?
Because this is the only place I knew that would look after you. But don't you worry. I have a good friend here. You can trust her. She'll take good care of you.
So, you sold me to a whorehouse?
Excuse me?
You mean to defile me further? To make me into a harlot?
Whoa. Slow down. I never said that. And no, that's not why I brought you here.
Liar.
First off, you'd never...
You're a liar. You mean to force me to defy the teachings of my father? Take me back to the Lord's manor.
Are you out of your mind?
I would rather be there than here. He's a terrible, cruel, evil man. But at least he let me keep my chastity. So take me back to him.
Okay, stop. Not another goddamn word. You want me to take you back to the Lord's manor? Like hell. Do you have any idea what I went through to get you out of there? And then there's Maria, who's been caring for you while I was out. We're helping you. Everything we've done has been to help you. And then you say you want to go back to getting sliced up by that sick bastard? Are you insane?
Please don't shout.
Yeah, I was kind of getting a little... I think I yelled a little too much. I'm sorry. Sorry.
I'm begging you. Just let me have my chastity.
Are you kidding me?
I must remain pure. I cannot return to my father's side when I pass on if my soul has been tarnished.
Oh, for the love of... How many times do I have to tell you? I have no intention of making you into a prostitute. Besides, even if I did, you couldn't get any work looking like that.
What do you mean?
Hold on. I'll get a mirror. It'll be quicker for you to see for yourself. I grabbed one of the prostitute's hand mirrors and passed it to the girl, which she hesitantly accepted. She seemed less concerned about the mirror itself and more just wary that I might do something to her. Slowly she turned her gaze toward the reflective surface. It was generally difficult to gauge her expression through the patches of dark and festering flesh, but the look of horror that spread across her face was clear as day.
What? Why? How? What are these terrible marks? He never cut my face. So why?
I take that to mean that she didn't always have the marks on her face then. Is it something the Lord did to her? But she just said he didn't cut her there, didn't she? It's hard to make out her muttering. God, now I feel like an asshole. If I'd known she would take it so badly, I would have just kept my damn mouth shut. Now do you understand? You can't be a prostitute. I can only imagine how awful it must be to find out your face is covered in scars, especially for a girl your age. But don't let it get you too down. They could very well still heal.
Me?
Hmm?
Would you please kill me?
What? Why the hell would I?
Taking one's own life is a sin, so I need you to do it for me.
Oh, for the love of... Did you forget everything I just said? I saved your life. And now you're asking me to kill you? What the hell is wrong with you?
I wish to return to my father's side.
Ah! Okay. Listen real carefully. Yeah, your life kinda sucks right now, I get that. We all have times when we'd rather be dead. But you can't just give up. Persevere, and good fortune will eventually find you. Live on, and you'll eventually have a chance to get your payback. Things may be bad now, but you're still just a child. You have so much opportunity to make things better. So don't you ask me to kill you again. You'll just get the same answer. I won't do it. End of story. Hello? Say something. So you're giving me the silent treatment? Anyway, I brought ointment, like I said I would. Give me your arm. I'll apply it.
No.
So she'll talk to me to shut me down, but that's it?
I wish to be alone.
I'll leave, if that's what you want, but don't you go dying on me.
I will not take my own life. It is a sin.
That's some bizarre logic, but if that's what it takes to keep you from killing yourself, I'll take it. Well, I'll be off then. The ointment's right here. I'd appreciate it if you actually used it. I'll see you. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. I found your butterfly brooch. And this is it, right? I'll leave it here with the ointment. And now I'm off, for real. I'll check in on you again tomorrow. Well... Took the words right out of my mouth, okay? That was a lot more work than I expected.
Oh, look who it is. All done with your little visit?
Yeah, all done. Same with you, I take it?
Yep, just a little bit ago. God, you would not believe that last guy. He was so rough, I thought he was gonna tear me a third hole.
Is that so? That's a little too much information. Not sure how I'm... Oh my god. Not sure how I'm supposed to react to that information.
So, any news? Or did she just sleep the whole time?
No, she woke up. We even spoke, if briefly.
Well, shit, that's great news.
That's... debatable.
Oh, what happened? Your big sis is all ears.
Except I'm older than you, and we're not related either.
Huh. Well, I didn't figure her life was all rainbows and sunshine. So what? You wanted to look after her? 'Cause let me tell you, it'll be hard, thankless work.
I made that choice when I rescued her from the Lord's Manor. I'd at least like to take care of her until she's able to support herself to some degree.
Well, I'll do what I can to help too. We can spare a room for her as long as she needs.
I appreciate it. She seems far too wary of me to stay with me.
You were planning on taking that poor innocent girl to live with you? Man, I thought you had standards.
No, for the love of God, no! I would never!
That reaction is never gonna get old.
Dude, she's got you friggin' wrapped around her friggin' finger, dude.
Anyway, pretty strange marks she's got on her face, huh?
Any idea what they might be?
There was a girl who used to work here a while back. One day she woke up and she was covered in warts.
What? What does that have to do with this?
Chill, I'm getting to that. Me and the other girls, we thought one of her clients had given her something. Not uncommon in this line of work. We'd never seen anything like it before, but we just assumed it was some kind of rare disease. Long after, she quit, and well, to tell you the truth, I figured she'd turn up dead in a ditch somewhere. But she got lucky, and her family in a better part of town took her in, let her work for as a maidservant or whatever. When I ran into her a few years later, all the warts were gone. At first I assumed the disease had just run its course, but as I talked to her, I started to think that wasn't it.
Oh?
Apparently, some of her clients at the brothel used to harass her real bad. They'd even go as far as chasing her around the slums. She wasn't a particularly tough girl, so it did a real number on her, psychologically and emotionally. But she told me as soon as she got out and it all stopped, the wart just went away. Poof. So my guess is, sometimes people's emotional states can have physical consequences.
I think there's actually a term for that phenomena. And you think the marks on the girl's face are the same thing?
Yep. The Lord tortured her so bad he busted her up mentally and emotionally on top of everything else, and that's what we're seeing with her face. I mean, I could be completely wrong, too. For all we know, the Lord did cut her face up and she just doesn't remember. Or it could be something else entirely. Could it be some kind of disease?
Good point.
Either way, there's no doubt she's been to hell and back. So, plan on at least 3 years of ice breaking if you want to get through to her.
3 years. That sounds about right.
Try to watch yourself, though. You can have a bit of a short fuse sometimes.
I will. I mean, she's not wrong. Little does she know I've already snapped once. I should get going then. It's been one hell of a day. I'm beat.
Get all the rest you need. I'll let you know if anything happens here.
Thank you. Good night.
Sleep tight.
Aww.
I don't wish to die for such worldly reasons. It is simply unacceptable for a saint of the Lord to look like some kind of terrible hellspawn. With every moment I grow more impure. Is this another trial, O Father?
You're a damned witch wearing a saint's skin.
So that's what he meant. I do rather resemble a witch. Not a servant of the Lord, but a disciple of the devil. No, I cannot cry. I must not lament of my own misfortune. I must not feel sorry for myself. My tears. A saint's tears should only be shed for others.
Oh no. Fuck.
My darling little saint, instead of singing a lullaby, I will tell you a story. The story of the day you first graced this earth. On that day I told the village a very important secret. That I was visited by an angel of the Lord, and that I was with child, though I had known no man. The other villagers mocked me, called me a liar and a madwoman, but I did not relent, for it was the truth. And then when you let out your first cry, rain clouds suddenly began to form in the sky, and the land was blessed with rain after many months of drought. The clouds, they were drawn here by your voice, my dear. A gift from your father, the Lord God. No longer did the villagers call me a liar. They believed in me, and they believed in you. I saved everyone? Yes, yes you did, my little saint. And you will continue to deliver people from their suffering. Did I deliver you too, Mother? Of course you did, my dear. I'm glad.
You're the daughter of a charlatan. A virgin birth? Ha! A load of lies, every damned word. The rain, nothing more than chance. If you really are the child of God, then perform a miracle for us.
Pay that crude man no mind, my dear. I know you're the daughter of God, and that's what matters most. I can hardly believe there are those who are still not convinced.
So, what are you waiting for? You can't do it, can you? You're a family of liars.
Wait! Morgana! You mustn't get near that boorish blasphemer.
Got something you want to say, kid? Well, go right ahead, I'm all ears.
Miracles.
Yeah?
Miracles are neither magic nor parlor tricks. They are realized through the power of faith.
What now?
You have no place demanding God prove his own divinity. It is the height of arrogance. You have blasphemed. Repent of your sins.
Trying to talk your way out of your lies now, are you? I'll admit, your charlatan mother trained you well. You put on a pretty convincing act, girl. You can't perform miracles. All you have are excuses and thinly veiled reasons why you won't. But until you own up, I won't stop spreading the real word. That your mother's pulling the wool over everyone's eyes.
Very well. I will perform a miracle.
Ho!
Morgana, you can't. Do not worry, Mother. I am the daughter of God, right? My father will not forsake me.
So, what kind of miracle are you gonna perform for us? And just so you know, whatever you do, it better be convincing. No guessing the weather this time.
Blood is impure, yes?
What?
That is why we drain some of our blood when we are sick, and why we remove the blood from animals before we eat them.
Right?
So if I were to make blood pure and clean, would that be a miracle? Well, would it?
Yeah, I guess it would. But that's impossible. You can't do it.
Okay then. Let us go visit the elderly woman on the village outskirts. Oh God. Oh God, help us. Good afternoon, sister. How are you feeling today? If it isn't our beloved saint. Very kind of you to pay this old woman a visit. Please stay in bed. I know you are very ill. You must rest. Oh, heavens no. That would be dreadfully rude of me. The rain you brought 6 years ago saved my family's lives. I'm more thankful than you can imagine. And I would like to show my gratitude.
Look at this hag. Her goddamn memory is starting to go.
If you are going to be disrespectful, then please wait outside. I do not want your profanity contaminating the sacred rite. Otherwise, stay quiet if you wish to see the miracle being performed. Oh, beautiful saint, please, allow me to kiss your feet. Thank you, my sister. That will suffice. I'm here to perform a miracle for you. For me? Yes. You've always believed in me, your faith never wavering. 6 years ago, the whole village acknowledged me as the daughter of God. But as you can see, there are those whose faith is not as strong as yours. How terribly tragic. That it is. But fear not, for as long as there remain those with faith as strong as yours, a few unbelievers will not weaken my power. For faith is the path to salvation. Yes, it is. In celebration of your 6 years of unfaltering faith, I've decided to perform another miracle for you today. I ask you to do as I say, and know that I love you dearly. Of course. My beloved sister, partake of my blood.
Hey, did you hear the news? The old lady is back on her feet again. I ran into her down in the fields and about jumped out of my skin. Word going around is that it were the saint's work. I hear she made her drink blood. Drink her blood? She's the daughter of God. Oh my god, okay, this guy's gotta have an accent. She's the daughter of God. Her blood ain't dirty like the rest of us. It got real power. I guess what they said is true. She really is the child of God. Yep, we got ourselves a real genuine saint here. Not many people can say that. No, there's no way. It's not possible. It can't be. There he is! The bastard who dare insulted our saint! Get him! We'll put his head on a pike! Show everyone what happens when you disrespect our saint! Run, you fool! Oh, damn it.
Stop this at once!
Our saint!
Please, let that man go. The Lord teaches us to be kind and forgiving of one another. It does not please him to see man fighting against man.
But he insulted you, our saint! He called you the daughter of a charlatan!
Everyone makes mistakes. I bear no grudge against him for a momentary lapse in judgment. I simply pray his eyes have been opened to the truth. I do not wish to see him punished. I forgive you.
Thank you. Thank you. I was wrong. You are a saint. Never again will I call you a liar. I am your faithful servant, my beloved saint.
Your devotion is truly honorable.
Damn. Oh, God! The freaking door opening scared me. Okay. Fuck. I wasn't expecting the... Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, that door scared me.
I have returned, Mother. Oh, welcome back, my dear saint. Everything will be fine now, Mother. The entire village acknowledges me as a saint. We need not worry about any unbelievers, and they will show you the respect you deserve as well, as the mother of God's daughter. No one will ever call you a charlatan again, Mother. That's good to hear. Thank you, Morgana. It's still night? I'm thirsty. I'll go get some water. What did I... this... Mother still awake? Who is she talking to? Herself? Oh God, what did I bring into this world? She scares me sometimes. When I look into her eyes, when I hear her voice, I feel like my soul is being sucked out of my body. She's a girl of barely 6 years, yet she terrifies me. I'm beginning to think she really does have some kind of strange power that allows her to manipulate, to control people. What I'm not sure of is whether or not it's truly a holy power. Is she really a saint? My heart tells me she's something else. Oh, what horror have I wrought upon this earth? You know as well as I do, God, that nothing divine could possibly grow in my womb. Are you punishing me, God? For the sins I committed that night years ago with the vagrant? I'm dreaming. This is all a bad dream. Mother would never say such things about me. It's just a dream. Oh my God.
Oh, God.
Good morning, my darling little saint. Is something the matter? You look vexed. Mother, last night. Did something happen last night? No. Nothing happened. Mother, I've always been a saint, right? From the day I was born? What's gotten into you, my dear? Of course, you're the daughter of God. Nothing will ever change that. Thank you. So it was all a dream. I should just forget about all about it. Oh, I almost forgot. I have something for you. I'm sure you'll love it. Hmm? For your 6th birthday? It's not much, but will you wear it? What is it? It's a little brooch. You can use it with a shawl or a cloak. It's a butterfly. Butterflies are said to be God's messengers, so I thought it would fit you nicely, my dear. It's so pretty. I mustn't allow myself to be taken in by shallow, worldly beauty. I am not an ordinary little girl. Father would be greatly disappointed in me if I were to behave like one. Thank you very much, Mother. Your gift means a great deal to me. Of course, I'll make use of it. You're quite welcome. It's hard to believe you're only 6 years old. Oh, what was that, Mother? Oh, nothing. Before I forget, after what you did the other day, people have begun asking about you, having you perform miracles for them too. But you're still so young. I'm not sure it's wise for you to go around giving out blood to everyone who asks. No, it's fine. I'll do it. It is my sacred duty as a saint to put those in need of before myself. Even if it means cutting yourself up every day? I will accept the pain gladly. It is a symbol of the good work I do in my Father's name. I see. Well, you've made up your mind, it seems, so I'll support you in any way I can. Here's another busy day. It's been 3 years with no end in sight. We're starting to see more and more travelers from faraway lands. People have even set up trading posts in the village. Yet not a single coin comes our way. We're losing money every day. Morgana? What is it, Mother? I must prepare for my next blessing. Why must you hand out miracles for nothing? Why would you even ask such a question, Mother? We're barely holding on as it is, my dear. It's not wrong to expect a little remuneration for our services. No, Mother, it is wrong. Miracles are not to be bartered for. God the Father does not charge for his miracles. So why should we, when I am only borrowing his power? Listen to me, Morgana. Every time you give someone a blessing, you're hurting yourself. If not for the miracle itself, you still deserve some degree of compensation for the pain. I know you're concerned for me, Mother, and I appreciate it very much. But I'm happy with the way things are. I'm happy to be able to help others with my Heavenly Father's power. A power you won't have much longer, my dear, if we can't afford to keep ourselves fed. I'm a saint, aren't I? Yes, you're my sweet little saint. God will not forsake his saint. No matter how difficult it may get, he will always provide me a way to continue doing his work. And you're the mother of that saint, aren't you? Yes, that's right. I conceived you untainted by the hands of a man. Then you must respect his will as well, Mother. It must be our highest priority. You're right. I was wrong, my dear saint.
I know what happens next.
Mother? Mother? You agreed with me. You said I was right. So why are you taking money from that man? Mother. Why? I mustn't let myself cry. I must always stay strong. I must endure his trials. My saintly grace must not waver. Father would be greatly disappointed in me. And then I would have nowhere to call home. Damn it.
Oh. The aftermath. Oh, my entire head is throbbing. What a wonderful way to start the day. I'd like to sleep in for another 6 or 12 hours, but I still have things to take care of after yesterday. First, down to the pub to talk to the gang. Whose voices I cannot keep constant, or consistent.
I can't wait so much.
Dear God. Jacopo! Jacopo! I need your help! I can't carry one out all by myself! Alright, I'll drag them out into the streets. Please don't shout, though. My head hurts enough as it is. Thank you! I said stop shouting! I guess I'll start with him.
Morning, friends.
Oh, it's the big guy from last night!
Name's Grecian. Try not to forget it, because you'll be seeing a lot of me. Which reminds me, I never got your name.
I'm just a trifling little flower. My name isn't important, but if you would lend us a hand, that would be lovely.
Hand with what? I'm just here for the booze.
Haven't you had enough?
Not even close.
Well, there isn't anything left. Or did you forget the two of you last night drank the whole town dry? What is going to be a plain old restaurant for at least the next few days?
Oh, well, that's a crying shame.
And whose fault do you think that is?
How many more trips is this going to take? They're all still out like rocks.
Oh, I thought they erected a new wall there for a second, but it's just you. And just so we're clear, since there wasn't any real resolution last night, you passed out first, which means I...
Hey, top of the morning to you, Jacopo. And what a beautiful morning it is!
You seem to be doing quite well. What happened to the aggressively competitive Grecian from last night?
I had you all wrong, Jacopo.
What?
I had you pegged for the stick-up-your-ass rich boy kind of fella, but you drink like a real pro. The true measure of a man is how well he holds his booze. And you proved yourself. You're one hell of a man.
Sure.
Psh, at least give me a hearty hell yeah, would you? Don't tell me I was wrong about being wrong about you.
I'm just not at full capacity at the moment. It's taken me a little longer than normal to process.
Anywho, point is, you got my seal of approval. Hell yeah! We helped each other out back at Lord Asswipe's manor, but now we're comrades, partners in crime.
Hold up.
What? You don't want to be partners?
I never said that. You make it sound like you're planning on staying, though.
I most certainly do.
You are one of the Lord's slaves. You know, the slaves who incited the revolt? It's not safe for you to stay here. If someone were to identify you, you'd be dead and...
Life's too short to quibble over shit like that. Oh, sorry. Life's too short to quibble over shit like, someone might be trying to kill you.
It's hardly quibbling. There's a reason we had all the other slaves transported to different cities.
Trust me, I know it ain't safe for me to stick around. But I'm gonna be here when that Whoreson finally gets what's coming. Like hell, I'm bailing before his head's on a pike.
Okay then. As long as you're aware of the risks, that's your choice to make. And in that case, I'm glad to have you. The addition of such a valiant comrade should prove quite inspiring to the rest of the gang.
You're damn right it will. You should just have said that to begin with. Skip all the not safe nonsense. Besides, everything you just said applies the same to you. As far as anyone that man is concerned, you're a slave as much as me. And your infiltration job didn't exactly have you laying low. They'll recognize you.
Fair enough. I haven't heard of any wanted posters going up yet, but you're right. It's best to remain cautious for now. Although as long as we keep to the slums, we should be relatively safe for the time being.
As amusing a thought as that is, we're safer in this lawless dump than the city proper.
Indeed, but the gang has eyes and ears covering the entire district. If someone who doesn't belong shows up, word will spread quickly.
Ha! So if the Lord's gods try to slip in, they'll cover or be blown just like that, eh?
Precisely. Which isn't to say it's a good part of town, of course. We have more than our fair share of hooligans. You just have to be able to protect yourself. Which I doubt will be an issue for you.
Hell yeah, bring on the pickpockets! I'll rob every last one of them blind, maybe even literally.
I'm glad he's on our side. Well, if you're going to be staying here, I should probably show you more than just our pub of choice. You'll need to find work as well. Not that that should prove any trouble. With your muzzle, you can choose pretty much anything. A bodyguard, a carpenter, middle worker, whatever you like. But first... could I ask you to help me get these dolls outside?
Aye aye! Where do you want me to toss them?
Be gentle with them if you would. They are ours, for what it's worth. Good lord. Between cleaning up the pub and showing Gratian around town, there goes most of my day. The brothel's probably open by now. Through the back entrance it is. Hey, anyone home? No one? Not even the girl? Don't tell me she went out wandering in her condition.
Oh, hey there, Jacopo. Perfect timing.
Maria, the girl, where did she go?
Huh? She was here last I checked.
Last you checked, you're supposed to be looking after her. Anyway, help me look for her.
Yeah, I don't think that'll,
Excuse me?
turn around.
Oh! Hey, Morgana! What have you been? It's interesting seeing her spry like this. I didn't even sense her approaching. I swear, she just appeared there like a ghost. And where did you get those clothes?
Oh yeah, we were digging around in the dressing room and found it there. I wanted to get her into something a little cuter, but she insisted on that. I didn't even know we had clothes that bland here. The girls come and go, though, so it probably belonged to someone who's not around anymore. Still, I'm shocked anyone who worked here ever wore such a boner killer. It's a cloak for pilgrimages. Huh? An outfit someone wears while on a pilgrimage. This is far, far more beautiful than any of those filthy whore rags.
Oh my goodness! Morgana Sassy!
Oh, a pilgrimage, huh? I never would have guessed we had a girl who was into that. Yet she abandoned her spiritual journey and went into this den of sinners. I guess?
Oh, is that the butterfly brooch? Wow, it looks really nice, if that is.
Nevertheless, I'm glad there was clothing suitable for me to wear. Yeah, talk about luck. Anyway, I got an appointment. I'll be back.
What? Hey, Maria! I get that she's difficult, but you didn't have to ditch me, damn it. It is a rather plain outfit, though, all black and brown. I like it. She'd probably blend in quite well with the darkness, which would explain why I couldn't find her when I got here.
Why are you staring at me?
Well, I'm glad you found something you could wear with your brooch. Also, God, keeping a conversation going with her is like pulling teeth. Yeah, you look like you're doing a lot better than yesterday. Much more color in your cheeks.
As if you can tell the difference beneath all these scars.
It's an expression. I'm just saying you look much better. You could barely even sit up yesterday. You're recovering impressively quickly. I imagine it won't be long before you're back at full capacity.
Yesterday,
Well, what about yesterday?
Thank you for rescuing me.
What? Right. That. No. Don't mention it. It was nothing, really.
That's not what you said last night.
Oh, come on. Just let me be humble, would you? Anyway, I wasn't expecting that. I was readying myself for another argument. I also wasn't sure how much of what happened you even remembered, with how hysterical you got.
I was not hysterical.
My arm begs to...
My mind was clear almost the whole time. I remember everything, First, a slave. You saved my life from the wicked lord. I'm not actually a slave, but details. You took me by the arm, put me on your back, and fled from the lord's manor. That I did. I was a little hazy for some of the trip, but by the time you reached the poor quarter, my mind had cleared up almost entirely. What? My consciousness had returned by that point. Oh? You brought me to this brothel, and yes, at first I was frightened, but I believed you meant to have me become a whore. But that is the one and only instance of me last night you could describe as hysterical. I remember everything quite well, thank you. Okay then. Fair enough. You're right. I can't tell if she's just trying to convince herself. But she seems unusually repulsed by the idea of her losing her cool. She's not entirely right, but she's not entirely wrong either. So I'll let her have this one. In any event, you've recovered well enough to hold a conversation, which is great to see. What? What do you mean to do with me now? Better question. What do you want to do? Alright, well... Here's an idea. If you don't have anything, you can stay here until you're all the way back on your feet. Maria's already set aside that room for you. You want me to stay in this vile gathering place of sinners? You do realize who you're talking about, right? Those vile sinners are the ones who took you in, who agreed to look after you. They're no different than you or me, just doing what they must to get by. I am not like them. You're right, they don't look down on others for their line of work. At the very least, try to keep your callous prejudice against prostitutes to yourself when they're around, would you? Why? It is my sacred duty to spread the word of God. Indulging in carnal pleasure is a sin, no matter the reason. Prostitutes are filthy, tainted women. Jeez, did all that blood the Lord took cause your damn heart to shrivel up? In what world is it reasonable for you to go up to women, offering you sanctuary, and call them, to their faces, sinners? Show them some gratitude, damn it! You're the one who brought me here. I never asked them to do anything for me. How fine! Whatever! If you're not opposed to staying here, then go! Get the hell out! You don't deserve their hospitality! Go off and preach the word of God and call everyone sinners! I expect someone will find you dead on the side of the road in less than a fortnight! Christ! Talk about a short fuse, Jesus! Very well. Thank you for yesterday, and farewell. Wait! Wait! Yes? Are you insane? You're not supposed to actually go! You're the one who told me to leave. I just... Ugh! Off to a great start with that 3 years of ice-breaking, Jacopo. She's been through hell, you know that! I'm sorry. I take everything back. That was extremely childish of me. So please reconsider. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing I chased you out. You cannot seem to make up your mind, can you? It was a heat-of-the-moment thing. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I don't actually want you to leave. Good lord. Alright, the ointment. Did you apply it like I told you to? No. Really? Well, in that case, I'll do it now. You'd need help with your back either way. You're a very curious man. Why do you say that? No reason. I'm simply saying the first thing that came to my mind. Don't tell me you think I have an unscrupulous taste like Maria seems to believe. Let me make this perfectly clear. I will not lay a finger on you. You're just a child, for God's sake.
Now sit down. Well, look at that. I thought I'd have to fight her on this. Is something the matter? I never told you to undress.
Were you wanting to apply the ointment to my clothes then?
Good point. That wouldn't help very much, would it? God damn it, Jacobo, calm the hell down, or are you trying to make yourself look like a liar? She just caught me off guard, that's all. The girl quietly disrobed, then knelt down. She had been naked when I saved her from the Lord, so it wasn't like this was my first time seeing her unclothed. But that was in the middle of a revolt. I didn't exactly have time to get a good look. She was almost frighteningly scrawny, her arms barely any bigger than the bones within. Her skin was so pale I could see the blue veins running beneath it. And then, of course, there was the crisscrossing web of scars. Each one stood out clearly against her pale skin. The scars covered her whole body, front and back. I could hardly find a patch of skin that hadn't been desecrated. Don't worry, we're gonna torture the shit out of the Lord, or just kill him. Actually, let's do both. Looking at her, I was gripped with a mix of burning rage and bitter sadness, neither of which I had a source of relief for. But the most upsetting thing was just how she just sat there exposed, completely emotionless. Quite a change from how she behaved last night. Today I'm the one doing all the shouting. It almost feels like I'm looking at a lifeless puppet. I scooped up some of the ointment with my fingers and gently rubbed it across her wounded flesh. Every time my hand made contact, she shuddered, but she never recoiled or objected. Though it felt less like she was willingly accepting my aid, and more like she was simply enduring, waiting for it to be over. It was almost silent in the room, save for the cries and moaning that made its way through the walls. Sitting naked in a brothel while a strange man rubbed medicine on her, I could only imagine how unpleasant that must be, considering how devout she seemed to be. She was probably doing everything in her power to cut herself off from the whole experience. I don't blame her. I wondered if, perhaps she might one day come to realize that we were not trying to insult or demean her, and that we were simply concerned for her, that we wanted to give her a place she could feel safe. So is this all the Lord's doing? You don't have to answer if you're not comfortable. Except for my arms, yes. Someone else did your arms then? No. I cut them myself. I thought suicide was a sin. Is self-mutilation allowed then? I'm not sure what the rules on that are. You have a lot to live for. And that was about the extent of our conversation as I applied the ointment. I couldn't come up with any small talk, and I didn't really want to press any further about her scars or her time with the Lord. So I quietly worked, and she quietly let me do my work. By the time it was all over, I was exhausted. It felt like I had taken more out of me than the couple of hours I had spent dragging unconscious drunks from the pub. When I told her I was finished, she let out a sigh of relief, the first sign of emotion I had seen from her since we began. Thank you. Oh, wait, we're not quite done. Still have to take care of your face. No, I'm fine. Thank you. I beg to differ. If anything, you should be most concerned about your face. Now come on, look at me. Do I have to? Well, yeah. It'd be kinda silly to do everything but your face. I can do it myself. Uh-huh. Sure, yeah, not happening. I'm going to finish what I started.
What? Why can't I do it myself?
Because my gut tells me you'll just slap a little on and call it done. I want to make sure it's taken care of properly.
Oh my god.
So look at me. Show me your face.
Fine.
Oh my god. Oh! Wow, I wasn't expecting this. Damn. Well, Fata Morgana, once again, you showed me just how fantastic your art style is. Good lord. It was bizarre how she had so little hesitation exposing her naked body, yet vehemently resisted letting me see her face. With anyone else I knew, it would be the other way around. The ones on her face seemed to hold much more significance to her than those on the rest of her body. When she asked me to kill her yesterday, it was immediately after seeing herself in the mirror. But if the marks on her face were that upsetting, wouldn't she want them to heal? So why was she fighting me about it? Did she have some other reason to hide her face from me? Whatever it was that drove her actions, I couldn't make any sense of it. Let me know if it stings. Relax, I won't bite. You weren't this tense when I was applying the ointment to the rest of you. Just get it over with. All right, all right. You know, I just realized I don't know your name. Would you mind telling me? No? You won't tell me? Well, in that case, I'll just have to come up with something to call you myself. I'm serious. I'll pick the first thing that comes to my mind. There's still time. You just have to tell me your name. Okay, then. You had your chance. Allison it is, because you bite just like an alley cat. I'll tell the girls here to call you that, too. Please don't. Oh, finally you speak. If you're not happy with the name, just tell me what to call you. You have until the count of 3, and then you're Allison for good. 1, 2, 3. Isn't your whole name, is it? Huh. So you're, I can understand being a little embarrassed about that. That's not my place to talk, I know, and I don't mean any ill will, but that's a very, unfortunate name you were given. That's not my name. It's Morgana. Now, that wasn't so hard, was it? It's a nice name, Morgana. I like it. Also, it reminds me of my homeland. Your homeland? Yeah? I mean, I hardly remember anything about my childhood anymore. I couldn't even tell you the name of the country. But I have these vague memories of how the language sounded. And your name. It doesn't sound like a name native to these parts. It sounds like something that would fit right in with those memories of my homeland. I'd wager a guess you probably came from the same part of the world as me. If you go back far enough, you might even find we share ancestors. But who knows? Aye. How do you like that? Feeling a little sense of kinship? The thought very much displeases me. Well, okay then. Be a grouch. I'll let it slide, though. Getting your name out of you put me in a good mood. It's nice to formally make your acquaintance, Morgana. My name's Jacopo. Hey, Morgana. One day, I'll show you the world. What? There's so much more out there than this tiny little corner of Earth we're rotting away in. More than you can possibly imagine. I'm going to go out into the world, experience true freedom. I'm going to bring you with me. So, try to stay positive. Once you see for yourself how much bigger the world out there is, how different every region and its people are, it might change your perspectives on things a bit. It might even help you forget some of the crap you've been through. Ah. Alright, now I'm done. That ended up taking pretty much all of the ointment. I'll have to go buy some more. Well, I should probably get going. Will you be alright on your own? I would much prefer it, in fact. Alright, alright. Sorry to be such a nuisance. I'll see you again tomorrow. Aww. Oh, Morgana thoughts? My whole body is all slimy.
After the slave man left, I retreated to a corner of the room, sat down, and pulled my knees up to my chest. Through the walls I could hear men and women sinning, so I plugged my ears in an attempt to block out the vile noise. It was filthy here, and if I remained in this place too long it would probably taint my soul. I needed to get out as soon as possible, but I couldn't bring myself to leave. My body refused to cooperate. Just thinking about going out there into the slums, all alone, sent uncontrollable shivers down my spine. I was the daughter of God. What did I have to fear? Such worldly emotions were unbefitting of a saint. I was pitiful, pathetic, and I hated it. I have nothing to fear. God will always lead his saint to where he needs her most. And as long as I continue performing miracles, people will acknowledge me as the true daughter of God. I have nothing to fear.
You're a damned witch wearing a saint's skin.
Will they, though? Will anyone look at me and see a saint? I can hardly see a saint in this face. The Lord and his guests with their revulsion, their fear. That was the appropriate reaction. I was repulsive. Not something to be welcomed with open arms. Saints and angels were always spoken of as beautiful, while demons and witches were spoken of as hideous. Any miracles I performed would be seen as the work of the devil, not God. But it didn't matter. It was my sacred duty to offer a helping hand to anyone in need, no matter how much persecution I suffered for it. My heart was resolute, but my head is all muddled. I can't stand this. One day I'll show you the world. And thinking about that slave man only made an even bigger mess inside my head. It wasn't all unpleasant, though. He didn't push me away because of how I looked. He treated me like an ordinary girl. Not a witch. And not a saint either. And besides, I was being disrespectful. I know that. He was well within his rights to be angry. He could have let me go, but he didn't. He got angry, but he told me to stay. Put ointment on me. Smiled, even. A very curious man, indeed. And then there was what he had said about his homeland. Just because my name reminded him of where he came from didn't mean I came from there as well. Never mind that nonsense about us sharing ancestors. I had no bloodline to trace back. My mother had conceived me without knowing man, and my father resided in the heavens above, the Lord God. The very idea that we shared blood was absurd. And yet, what if somewhere on this earth there are people who share my blood? Who feel what I do? Who think what I think? Who see the world the same as me? What if someone like that really does exist? That would be very... so very...
And time flows ever onward, carrying them 2.5 years forward. And that is where I'm going to end it. I know you guys are probably expecting Danganronpa today, but considering we got a class trial coming up, I decided to go ahead and do this. Kind of mix it up a little bit. This technically means that my schedule is going to be very inconsistent, but the next 2 days will be part 1 and part 2 of the class trial. I know it's going to be a long one. And then Tuesday, after a ghost trick, I will also do another episode of Fata Morgana. To kind of give this equal attention, you know? Also because I really just want to play, I really just want to experience more of the story. Even though I know the inevitable tragedy that's going to happen, I still want to see the middle. I want to see what Morgana got to experience. At least the happy moments, you know? And it seemed like that was a good moment, I think. Oh my god, the music. It just keeps bringing me back. I need to do the outro, or else I'm just gonna be sitting here enjoying the music the entire time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys like this, be sure to let me know. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.